Let's get into request topics before we ramble on about 4-year-old TV shows.
Ruined it for everyone.
Okay, so this is going to dabble into some of our WWE news.
WD 40 news.
But this comes from Kyle Bartram. He says WWE draft.
Okay.
So I'm going to be looking more towards Will for help on this one.
All right, so the WWE, as a lot of people know, have multiple shows on television. They have Raw and they have SmackDown. And from 2002 to 2010, they ran the shows separately with separate rosters and separate channels even at the time.
Yeah.
Now they are on the same channel. They're both on USA, but they're going back to separating the rosters again. So no longer will you be able to tune in to, say, Raw and expect to see John Cena, because now he is on SmackDown. So what they did was they went through and they did a draft.
You can't see John Cena regardless.
Thank you for chiming
You want to sit
in
here
on
and
that.
spread lies about seeing him on fucking SmackDown? No.
So they
This
went.
is impersonator.
So SmackDown Live on Tuesday night, they did the draft where they went through and they had general managers. General managers do the picks. It was,
You and I will just actually.
It was
do the show
Daniel
for it.
Bryan is now the general manager of SmackDown, which is nice to see him back on TV.
Yeah.
Mick Foley is the general manager for Raw.
I hope Raw turns into nothing but cage matches with like fire and thumbtacks. That's it.
So-
Every match.
Some of the more notable things was that, first of all, John Cena didn't get picked until 7th in the draft to go to
They wanted
SmackDown.
to,
Ooh, that's gotta
they
hurt.
wanted to keep it
He,
secret.
he did not get picked. When Seth Rollins went to Raw, Dean Ambrose to SmackDown,
I didn't see that coming.
Charlotte went to
Well
Raw,
played.
AJ Styles went to SmackDown, Finn Balor got called up from NXT. I'm very excited about that, to Raw. Roman Reigns got picked for Raw, and then John Cena got picked for SmackDown. Brock Lesnar's going to Raw, Randy Orton to
Brock Lesnar's
SmackDown.
going to jail.
It's like picking volleyball.
They
teams.
split up the Wyatt family. Bray Wyatt went to SmackDown.
They're doing that nonsense
So
again?
did
Didn't they do that in the 90s?
so did Eric Rowan, and yeah, that's what they did with the Dudley Boys.
Yeah.
And it pissed off a lot of people.
A lot of
And I
fucking
was
people.
really worried that they were going to split up tag teams in this. And really, the only ones that
New Day.
they did keep New Day together. They split up AJ Styles from the club, which that's fine. And they split Braun Strowman away from the Wyatt family. I'm thinking, what's this guy going to do? He's just going to come out in a black sheep mask and not say anything and just beat up people.
He's the new Kane.
Yeah, he pretty much is. Yeah, you're
They're
pretty
gonna
much,
make him a face now.
pretty much got
Please.
that right.
Get that guy a mic.
Probably some of the more exciting things of the night were the fact that they brought up 6 people from their developmental. They brought up, as I mentioned, Finn Balor, who has been wrestling all over the world for years. Very exciting to see him come up. They brought up a young team called American Alpha, which is like a tag team where they were both collegiate wrestlers, and one actually was in the Olympics.
Another Kurt Angle.
So it's another Team Angle type thing.
Yeah.
They brought up Nia Jax, that's The Rock's
90s
cousin.
are never gonna die, my friend.
And then they brought up a couple of other female wrestlers, Alexa Bliss, Carmella, and they also called up Mojo Rawley, who I cannot stand
Mojo
at
Jojo.
all. Everybody got drafted except for Heath Slater.
Who the hell is that?
He's
It sounds like the name of like a surfer from the 90s that would be like in a really action-packed movie that had nothing to do with surfing, but he was a surfer.
it is pretty much generic surfer name.
Heath Slater.
Yeah, but he was a part of a group called the Social Outcasts, which basically they made fun of the fact that they were just odd people, and like nobody really liked them, so they made themselves their own stable.
It's like,
The question I'm sure
saying it.
everybody's wondering now:
Mm-hmm.
did Ryback get drafted?
No, and here's the reason why.
He got a raise.
I think they're quietly letting his contract run out because
I cannot see why.
Because he was one of the names that came. There was a couple other names. Triple H didn't get drafted.
Triple H was just
The
like,
Rock didn't get drafted. And like they're not even regulars on the show.
yeah.
Luke Harper didn't get drafted, but he's out with an ACL tear. He won't be back until the end of the year anyway.
Does Trips really need to get drafted though for anything? Like,
Trips.
he, like, yeah. A couple of our friends.
It's Mr. H.
couple of our friends always called him that, but yeah, I mean, does he really need to get drafted anyway? He fucking
Yeah, you
he's
pretty
in
much.
management technically, and
He's banging
you
the
know,
owner.
he's like, yeah, he's like the owner's son now, and
Yeah, you know.
He's banging McMahon.
Well, I think it's good that
Chains.
he's not actually heavily
Chain room.
involved right now. Like, I mean, it was fine when he got involved a little bit, you know, for a match here and there, but like, he's kind of doing the right thing and putting the younger people over and stuff. He's doing a lot of work with NXT. He built that thing up. I mean, before he took over, they didn't televise their developmental shows. I mean, you could go see them live and stuff, but they didn't televise it, and they didn't push for it. They didn't go out and heavily scout like Japan and Mexico and stuff like that to bring in these
Well,
guys.
they had all the luchadors they needed. Rey Mysterio. They're done.
Well, he's gone.
Wait, he died?
No, he killed a guy and then he went to Lucha
He
Underground.
killed a guy?
yeah,
killed
he
a guy in the
619
ring.
him to the grave.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I want to recruit him for Grindcast.
to kill people.
I mean, sometimes. He isn't always going to kill people. Why? Like, it's not going to be the only
So-
job he has.
Overall, as far as my opinion on how the draft went,
What?
I think it's clear that SmackDown is the weaker of the shows, which I was hoping they wouldn't do that. I was hoping they would really stack the roster in favor of SmackDown, because SmackDown's always been the lesser of the shows
Yeah.
as far as ratings go. And I guess they're banking on the fact that putting Cena over there is going to get people to tune in.
Oh, people will watch for Cena.
Yeah, but it's not 2004 anymore. It's not, well, not
Sure.
2004.
And he's not going to be there every
We're like
night.
2000. It's not 2008 anymore, really, is it?
Sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Time
sure.
staying still around John Cena. That's why he's always been
Now,
a man,
granted,
and he will always
He does
be.
pretty much look the same, except he used to wear more chains and like throwback jerseys and shit back then.
He's still
but-
got his jean shorts on.
Yeah,
he's got his jorts.
he's got his jorts, retired his camos. But you know, I thought that it was kind of like meh. And the way that they did it was actually as bad as I just delivered that line. Was like they were stumbling over each other when they were doing the announcements because it was all live and you could tell like they didn't practice
They didn't
any
rehearse
of it. They didn't
anything.
rehearse anything. They're like, we can do this. We're professionals. And they went out there and they were stuttering over each other and I'm like, this is just bad. One exciting thing is they're mixing up the announce teams. Raw is now going to be Michael Cole, Corey Graves,
Don't know who that is.
who was he used to be a wrestler. He was on NXT as an announcer. He's very good. They brought him up to do that along with Byron Saxton. SmackDown is Mauro Ranallo, who's also very good. He's like the second coming of Jim Ross. JBL and David Otunga. Good old David Otunga, who I don't even know how he still has a job.
Thank God.
I don't know why you say that name, and all I can think of is the one guy who brought up the character you wanted to make Tungo.
Tonga.
David Otunga is
Now you hear it.
is a
too.
lawyer
Yeah.
who decided he wanted to wrestle. His wife is a lot more famous than him. It's Jennifer Hudson's
Wait.
husband.
Wait. What? He's a lawyer that
He
wanted
went
to
to
wrestle?
Harvard.
Is he stupid?
I think so.
Well, he went to Harvard.
That doesn't mean shit. A fucking prison.
You have to have a pretty good
a
GPA.
prison debate team beat the Harvard debate team.
Well, you got a lot of time to study in prison.
I swear to God, man. Don't fucking do. It doesn't take a lot to get into it. Though you don't need to have a high GPA to get into prison. Just gonna fucking hit a guy. You go in the jail.
No, I mean, you can be dumb as shit and go in prison. I mean, you start learning, you can get smart as hell.
So once again, I think they kind of screwed
You can
SmackDown
buy your way
over
into college too.
because even though Mauro
Yeah.
Ranallo's good, JBL's god awful. And they can't,
they really
and he can't
How
yell
old is he?
Mago anymore. Mago.
How old is he now?
JBL?
Yeah,
He's in his late 40s probably.
maybe closer to his 50s.
They
He
need
might
to
be
give-
early
They
50s.
needed to mail him that pink slip at the same time as Ryback. Just be like, thank you, but no thank
Well,
you.
the one curious
He
thing out of
saluted
this
him.
is, did you notice the name I left out?
Your
Jerry Lawler.
services are no longer needed.
Yeah.
Jerry Lawler, not announced as a member of any of the announced teams
Did
now.
he quit?
So I don't know if this is because of that recent arrest, and they're just like giving him some time off.
Arrest for what?
Domestic dispute with his wife, where apparently they
he-
got pretty bad.
I'm picturing this whole scenario, and I was like one of those.
He's old as shit too. Like,
picturing this whole scenario. It was like one of those scenes they have like in a like family sitcom or whatever. Like one of the sons or the daughters is like trying out for the basketball team or whatever, and they post the draft on the wall for like after
And
trying
everybody
outs.
fucking
Jerry
zooms up.
Lawler's there like, maybe next year, Jerry.
Well, I guess I'm just gonna go on some talk shows and talk about Andy Kaufman.
Yeah. Guess I got some backup. Yeah.
So I don't think that the draft's going to accomplish what they wanted to accomplish. I think it might be interesting for a little while because you are going to see some new faces, but they're going to be bringing back some older faces too. There's already been talks
Booker T's getting
that
drafted.
Rey Mysterio is coming back.
How?
That,
He killed the guy in America. He can never come back.
No, he's in,
We'll string
he's
him
fine.
up.
He's fine. That happened in Mexico.
Oh, he killed him in Mexico? Yeah, it's lawless down there. You seen the movies?
There was talk of Kurt Angle coming back, but I don't think that's happening now, because I don't think he passed the medical tests.
I was about to say.
There was talks of Shelton Benjamin coming back.
Really? That's really surprising, actually.
Yeah. Rob Van Dam's name came up too. There was a few others, but I mean, honestly, I don't watch a ton of Raw and SmackDown anymore. I watch stuff on the network and like I read like results, or I watch highlights, or I watch What Culture's WTF Moments with King Ross. I don't really even care about the television shows anymore because nothing changes on them anymore.
Right.
They got to a point where you know the titles aren't going to change hands on a TV show. It's only going to happen at a pay-per-view. So why bother watching?
Right.
So WCW did it the opposite way. They changed it too damn much on the TV, so then you didn't even bother watching the pay-per-views because you could see that all on
Yeah,
for
it was
free.
the Wild West. Even then, I remember there were pay-per-views where they didn't even finish the main match. And they're like, to be continued on Monday night. It's just like, why did you even fucking bother? It's just like, so wait, are you making more money having people tune in on Monday night? Like, it was weird marketing. Like, Bischoff's just like, I need more gel for my goddamn hair.
See, he
I
loaded
guess people don't go tune in on Monday.
he loaded so much on Nitro because he wanted to beat the WWE ratings that he cut their bottom line as far as pay-per-views went.
Yeah.
Like given the big match with Goldberg against Hogan for
Yeah.
free instead of putting it on a pay-per-view. You dumbass, what the hell?
I just couldn't
You
imagine.
leave him alone. He
I couldn't-
died an honorable man.
I really couldn't imagine being Hogan at the age he was, getting put in the ring with a guy
Fucking
that could probably
Goldberg.
rip a cow in half with his bare hands. And it's like, all right, fight him. It's like, I saw this guy get smashed in the face with a stop sign with a nail in it, and he bled profusely and continued to murder a room full of people. And now I'm going to defend my title that I only win by people coming in and interfering with the match.
WCW booking.
Yeah.
And that was the
very
good
odd.
days of WCW booking.
That's what
It
killed
got
it.
much worse later.
That's what killed Bischoff.
All right,
those
so
bad
we're
decisions.
going to go into the next one because this one might take a while.
Okay.
This comes from Justin Hubler. He says, top 5 or top 10 list of our favorite Grindcast moments from day one till this day. I had thought about this a little bit, and
I'm upset I didn't get to prepare for this.
Aw.
sorry.
I think we talked about this a little bit on our.
Yeah, our memories of things.
Yeah, but now we're 46 episodes now out of 100. It's crazy. But
I think the two off the top of my head just immediately were our guests, Brian Keane and Taco Cat.
way to pander.
No, but it's true.
The Brian
No.
Keane was fucking excellent. That, was really
Yeah.
that was
fun episode
fantastic.
for
I
me.
can't wait to go on his show. That'd be great. Yeah, those were good. For some reason, the one that sticks in my head really a lot is, and I guess it's because I took a lot of time editing it, was the fake phone call to Steve Rogers.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. I did enjoy that a lot.
It's not really one moment because it kind of just keeps happening, but it's things I love is the endless list of people that are coming here to beat you up.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's
That is
a
one of my
fucking like
favorite
list of at
fucking
least
things.
20 plus people that are gonna kill
What are
me.
you talking about? There's every fucking New Yorker. That is
the whole state of New York.
that is literally a group of the people that want to come to beat your ass, man.
What state did I piss off? Did I call out?
Oh, I can't fucking remember.
Was it Virginia?
I think.
Probably. I
Yeah.
think it was.
Probably, but probably was.
Sounds right. Will's got a Will hates Virginia for some reason. I like the E3 episodes we did because those were fun. I liked when we played whenever we did any games that we played, like when we did Cards Against Humanity or Exploding Kittens and
I fucking
Betrayal.
Even though we fucking but the same Betrayal was fantastic, even though we lost because we just had a shit fucking setup.
Yeah, I got stuck on a bridge.
Yep.
I couldn't
No,
roll
you-
3.
You were stuck in front of the bridge. you were too fucking slow.
Yeah.
To
And I was
cross
like,
it.
"You're a zombie now. Welcome aboard."
I was like, I do a good job for you, boss.
And then you got stuck on the stage.
And then I was too fucking weak to do anything. And then I got murdered while Jamie just murdered like
Countless
8
hordes
zombies?
of zombies.
With a spear.
With a spear.
Don't get mad at her because she found the spear.
A spear against zombies? You gotta be pretty good with it.
Well, she apparently was. She slaughtered your fucking hordes of fucking enemies.
I was like that one guy, like, boom, headshot, boom, headshot.
It just kind of got to the point where it was just a war of attrition, and my guys
Yeah.
just outlasted.
Yeah, you had fucking, what was it, 9 fucking zombies, including me and Matt. Fuck you.
I remember back in the earlier days when some of the milestones were like, now we've got news music.
Yeah.
One of my favorite older episodes was when, like, everybody upon request was like, Matt, put this sound effect in here. Matt, put that sound effect
Oh
in
my
there.
god,
I
I stopped
remember
using
watching-
sound effects after that fucking episode.
I remember
There's a
hearing it
thunderstorm
all,
right here.
and then I remember, like, seeing you editing it. You're just like, son of a bitch. Just like every like few seconds, I'd hear you. Like, I can't fucking get the timing right.
See, I love the ones that, like, I hear you have to edit them a lot, and it's like round one thing I say over and over again.
That's all the game episodes.
That's whenever
I
he's
had
like,
I heard you say like what it do?
What it do?
500 million quadrillion times. It was I
what
was
it do, Will?
busted my computer in half.
Huh? What it do?
I also,
And buy me one.
like to think that the Dusty Rhodes as War Machine will
That
go
was-
down as being one of my favorites.
I've been bested.
I've been vanquished.
I've been vanquished.
Don't cry for me, Tony.
Don't crap.
Tony.
That was pretty good.
I might have to get back to this one next week, or actually a little bit later, because I just need to just do some studying.
Yeah, we might have to.
We
continue
get a
this
lot
one.
of these
See,
episodes.
it's really tough for me because, honestly,
It's
when,
140 some episodes.
when
now.
I'm doing the show, too, I'm not even really thinking about it.
No, I don't even remember. Like, when people talk to me and they're like, "Oh, you remember when you guys did this on the one?" I'm like, "I
No.
don't remember
No,
that at
we
all."
don't remember.
They're
But
like, you had to edit it, and you were there. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
I don't like. Honestly, when I hit the like stop record button and I save it, I don't remember a goddamn thing.
It's
I talked
simply just like this. If you're hanging out with your friends, do you remember every single thing you said to that person that day? If I was like, hey, do you know what you said to so-and-so on March 31st?
about. Right? Yeah.
You'd be like,
Well, I
no.
think because a lot of people can somewhat think that this is scripted. It's definitely not. I don't know how you still think it's scripted, but I know some people that do think that.
No, as
And-
the episodes have gone on, I think they become less
Yeah.
ad-libbed.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of screaming now.
this is just like Always Sunny.
Yeah, there's just a lot of like yelling at each other and like, and it goes nowhere.
Basically how it
Reason
works
will
is
not prevail.
we'll write down news topics, we'll
And
write
then-
down request topics and maybe something else to talk about, and then
And that's
we'll just,
it.
and then we
We
just
just
let
go.
it go, and Matt just points us and says, talk about shit. And we're like, all right, here we
Sometimes
go.
he has to poke us with sticks. It's
Yeah.
fine though.
That's legitimate.
Honest to God, that's the truth.
I got a stick over in the corner.
And it was so
Wild
funny,
animals
like
in here.
when you bring people in, like when we bring on the guests, and they were like, "This is how we do it," and they're just like, "Okay."
Yep. Brian come on, he's just like, huh.
They're not professionals at all.
I'm like, yeah, this is it. There's no magic.
No, it's
We're in
not.
a tiny room with a bunch of shit on the walls. And we get real hot and get real angry. And just talk about news.
Not always.
It's like friggin' 12 Angry Men, except it's 3.
I'm always angry. That's my secret.
I don't know about that.
That's the key to great radio, is you just hate yourself every day.
That's the key to great cooking.
But yeah, well, that and hating the person you're making it for. That's... For some reason, when you hate somebody, you're like,
When
make
you
this
cook it
taste
with-
fucking amazing. You're such a piece of shit.
That's why I like to piss off the people that make my milkshakes.
Oh my god, when somebody makes an angry milkshake,
Yeah.
it's divine.
It's way too much like ice cream or something. They put way too much in it because they're not
Yeah.
thinking about like, I shouldn't be putting 3 cups of ice cream in this motherfucker.
And an angry milkshake does sound like something sexual. It's really not.
Always they come and make it something sexual, don't you?
He's the porn guy.
I mean, he is. Don't deny your title.
Not the porn
That is what your
guy.
parking
He's our
spot's
cinema
gonna say.
snob.
Will Bacon, porn guy. That's what your fucking parking spot's
That
gonna
is
say.
what's actually coming on your business cards.
Okay. Glad I okayed the proof.
Well, they look nice though. It's nice eggshell matting with embossed black letters.
Don't get fucking American Psycho on me.
Oh,
Think you're gonna
man.
impress
So anyway, I don't know if we named 10 things, but
I liked the one episode where we went around table. Like
We didn't have. He said 5 or 10. We can be in between
Oh
those
yeah,
two
true.
numbers.
We could be done.
we went around table doing impressions of stuff.
Yeah.
That was fun. I like the one episode where for some reason we just stopped talking about whatever was on the papers and we were looking at my DVD collection. Just naming shit off
I was
the wall.
talking about like Mothman, like how people don't
Yeah.
give that enough love, you know?
Yeah. It was just like, all right, we're doing this.
It's so conveniently placed.
It is. I like every episode where my pets completely ruin it.
This
one right here.
He will
This fucking
fucking
cat.
not.
He
stop.
will
Oh,
not
like the
leave.
time he knocked the camera over.
Oh yeah.
Was that you, Maggie?
He ran past and was like, "Fuck this camera."
I was right at the beginning of us recording the WrestleMania episode. He knocked it right off, and then I had to put sad tuba music in.
Kind of like that.
You should never
I remember
climbed
the-
over the mountain. You should have just stayed at the top.
I remember the early days when we had that really terrible microphone, and just every now and then it was just like,
Yeah.
and it did
Yeah.
it for like 2 minutes. And we're just like,
Yeah.
maybe they'll listen.
Maybe they won't care.
That was a big milestone. We're like, I actually bought an expensive mic.
Yeah.
It's gonna sound good.
Oh yeah,
now.
because if you look at milestones, you can think of the first mic. I mean, the new mic.
Yeah.
The
camera.
camera.
The
Yeah,
camera
The
stand.
first time we started doing Grindcast Gaming,
Yeah.
fucking
I mean-
zombies ate videos. I was so
Yes.
happy.
Yeah.
I was so happy.
I was.
Matt wasn't.
Because if you ever play games with Jason, it goes like this: Jason just takes off, and you're left to die in his wake.
That's not always the case.
Watch those 2 zombies ate your neighbors video, and you will see that's what happened.
This is not what fucking happened.
It's
I left
on
you
video,
weapons,
Jason.
I killed enemies around you, and I gave instructions on how to stay alive. But no, you were like, fuck you. I hate this game.
You kept taking his weapons though. Every time there were like doubles of stuff, like you
He
take
doesn't
both.
need everything.
It's true though. You did take like both guns and both soda
I
cans.
rewrote that whole history,
2
okay?
guns.
Because I'm good with the water gun. It's a shitty weapon anyway.
You're just like, all right.
Them popsicles and them
He's like,
tomatoes.
it's cool. I'm justified.
There's nothing justified about it.
Alrighty.
So-
Moving on.
Yeah.
But I'm curious what other people think. The people that listen, the people that watch, what they think the top ones
Yeah,
are.
tell us what your favorite episode was. Please.
Mine is all of
Don't fucking do that.
I
Like,
said
oh,
5 to 10, not 140 some.
I'm gonna pull their heartstring and say, I love every single thing about this. I feel like a fucking Miss America pageant contestant.
them. I had 1 second of positiveness this entire
I had
show.
the
Won't
fucking-
stand for it.
Oh, I didn't crush it.
It's fucking.
Gotta dash out
it
that
is-
light.
Yeah, it's on its way to fucking China right now. Okay. bashed so deep into the ground.
Like that episode where you pissed Matt off so much that he put his hood up and wouldn't talk for 10 minutes.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
The show became ours.
It did, yeah,
That was the
real
episode,
quick.
That was the episode where I threw the book in the air.
Yeah, you did.
I stopped talking.
And I'm like, all right.
Was that the one where I labeled it the Ann Jason show?
No. I started the one episode as
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
it's the Ann Jason Show,
Yeah, that's
starring
right.
Ann Jason.
Another favorite moment of mine was the first bad ending by Jason.
Watch it whenever. I don't care.
I don't want to fucking listen.
Oh, you fucking listen.
Yeah.
And
Again, I don't know how Rip Apparel wants us to sponsor anything. I don't know how they want to sponsor anything with us. They must have listened to like one of the good episodes. One of like 5 that are good.
One of the ones
And they're just like,
where we all like had the real sincere endings where we're like, thank you so much for this, we really appreciate it.
yeah, it was like one of those episodes where we're like, we picked up Jason, he was in a good mood, so he didn't fuck with me the whole time.
Never in a good mood.
Will was nice to me, like he always is. And, I don't know.
The animals stayed in their own world.
It was like the magic was right, which barely happens. And they listened to that episode.
Magic is always right.
And they're like, all
This is a
right.
fucking fantastic show.
They're like, let's
Thank
why
you
it's
for
in the
watching
sky.
and listening.
let's try to get some t-shirts. We're gonna ride their gravy train.
Gravy robbers.
I want that on a fucking t-shirt. Each one of our faces, just, in comic fashion, just as gravy robbers. I was like, yes! I can die
I
happy
think
now.
Tim and Eric would sue the shit out of us.
Nah, they probably listen. They're like, hey,
I don't know if they went out and copywrote Gravy Robbers, though.
They don't have to. It's Tim and Eric.
But yeah, let us know. Like, those
Yeah,
have
I'm
been
curious.
listening maybe from the beginning, or like you just got into it and you're catching up on older episodes. Tell us what you think. What did you like that we did in the past? What do what would you like us to do again? Maybe?
Don't tell us what you didn't like.
I'm not doing Bean Boozled again because I'm not
Oh,
getting.
fuck no. That's why I didn't mention that.
I want to do other food tasting ones, but not something that's gonna make me eat barf or dog
I'm not
food.
wanting to
Like,
fucking get
Like
Bean
a
Boozled.
skunk's. Ugh.
it was funny. Like rewatching it and re-listening to
Well,
it, it
yeah.
was hilarious. But I could not get the taste of that shit out of my mouth for
No.
days.
It's
this
fucking
room
horrendous.
permeated
It's true.
with just. It was. Yeah. It was
It's like
just
a combination of dog food, skunk smell, and
Barf. I'm so
lawn
mad I didn't get a
trimmings.
peach. I wanted a peach so fucking bad because peach is my favorite fruit. And what did I get? Nah, motherfucker, you're not getting off that easy.
I just like how
3
pissed
in a
off
row.
you got because my tolerance for it was high.
she was just like, yeah, that's not a good one, and you're like, well, don't eat it. And she's like, whatever.
Yeah.
That's where I went wrong. I was like, at first, I'm like, I'm just gonna muscle through these. I'm just gonna eat them. And then they all started combining.
Yeah.
And I'm like, now even the good ones taste horrible.
I know. I had that idea once of just like taking a handful and just shoving them in my
You
mouth. And then after
fucking
tasting
wanna
some of
die?
them, I was just like, I ain't
No,
doing
that's
that.
a terrible idea.
Just
wanna
letting
die.
the Blair puke all over these lines here.
Yeah. Grindcast first. I'm glad I didn't throw up. I was afraid I might when we did that.
I thought somebody was going to. I was hoping it wasn't going to be me, but I wasn't going to promise anything.
Yeah, that's why you gave up after 3.
Yeah, you
after
did.
Oh
the
yeah, I
nasty
was like,
ones.
nah.
Nah, he did. He worked the
Ow.
3 strike system. He's like, I got fucking 3 bad in a row. I'm fucking done.
And you motherfuckers got 3 good in a row.
I know. I felt horrible.
Like, the first 3 you get is like, oh, they're all good.
I listened back and I was like, my reaction to you was each time I laughed, I goes, "You're just awful at this."
You did. Like he had any skill involved.
It's 100% skill.
You're awful at picking beans.
Picking randomly assorted beans.
Oh my god, that's funny.
I'm just fucking terrible.
All right, guys. Well, sadly, as always, we got to end the show. So down below is the annotations of all the places you can find us, get in contact with us, and tell us what you like and don't like about the show. I'm sure there's a lot of stuff you don't like, me included. So, jokes!
Be
You guys look
nice.
so stone-faced. Will's just sitting there with this smirk. He's like, should I smile?
It's the end. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do. I can ruin it for you again.
That's good. Go ahead, ruin it. We haven't ruined it in a while. I've actually ended them good. Like, how many now?
Go ahead,
Go ahead, ruin it.
take the stage, sir.
What are you doing? Oh my god!
You better fucking get your straps on.
Taking
Okay.
We're
control.
gonna be strapped in for this ending.
All right, I'm kind of frightened. What's going on?
I said straps, my friend. You immediately made it a strap on. You need to
Porn guy.
subject here. We're
He's living
ending.
up to his name.
He certainly is.
He's just like, I'm not agreeing to anything.
But yeah, we got a show here, some people, and you can find us on the internet or at where Matt works, comic book store. Will does some stuff with money. I'm a cook. Jamie's a nurse. Thanks for listening. Bye.